Buy more
There's a limit.
tickets.
But buy more tickets helps a lot.
And what would you suggest? Go for random or patterns as
Always random.
always
Please.
random? That's
Always
something
random.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Always
please.
random. Hello and welcome to the Oh Millionaire podcast. With me, I have someone very special. He's one of 3 lotto game designers in the world. So if you have any questions regarding lotteries, he's the man to go to. Mr. Rav C. Martin, who's here to share his insights about Oh Millionaire and the green initiative behind it, Oasis Park.
Thank you, Maradona. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you again.
And let's go with the topics for today, and let's see what interesting things we can tell the people.
Are you ready? The first topic for today. How to increase your chances of winning.
Well, that's a good question, and actually, this is a question every lottery player has in mind when he plays the lottery.
True.
Let's start with the basics. Lottery chances are very, very low when it comes to winning.
Okay.
Nevertheless, after a certain time, there are always winners. So lotteries create millionaires and even billionaires. True. So they are winners. Sometimes it just takes time, right? But the chances, you have to understand, the chances are always in the millions. One of the biggest lotteries, which is the Powerball in the US, the chances are less than 1 to 200 million. That means you're like out of 200 million tickets, or even more, somebody is winning.
True.
Now, in the case of O Millionaire, it's the chances because of the game design are a lot higher. To win the jackpot, the chances are 1 out of 38.3 million.
Oh, that's a huge number.
So it's still a huge number, but at least it's something where it shows that it's much more achievable, let's say, than if you play other lotteries, for example.
Yeah.
So it's good in the middle, I would say, but this is really important for people to understand that not every time you buy a lottery ticket you can win. But eventually somebody's winning.
Wow. And the chances of not participating and not winning is much.
You're right. That's why we always say you can't win if you don't play.
True.
Because that's the worst part. If people always say oh, I didn't win the lottery, and then the first question is did you buy a ticket? Oh, no. So
so participating itself increases. You can be in a pool of people where you can have a shot at the lottery.
Yeah, this is one of the ideas now. What you can do is first of all, buying more tickets.
Okay.
You are increasing, of course, your chances. So let's assume our Millionaire is 1 out of 38 million. Then if you buy 10 tickets, for example, the chances for each ticket or for winning the lottery in this case is 1 out of 3.8 million.
Wow.
So it brings it down very quickly, even so the chances are, again, is
also one of our viewers asked us, what is the maximum number of tickets he can buy?
Well, there is a maximum of I believe it's 100 tickets in a week.
Okay.
And the reason for this is we do not want to have people getting addicted, or if somebody is addicted, that he's spending all his money on lotteries. It's very rare that people really get addicted to lotteries, because it's different than gambling, for example, where it's really quickly you have this desire to play every day, every minute, every spare time you have. With a lottery, it's very rare. But so again, just to make sure, yes, you're right.
Buy more tickets.
But buying more tickets helps a lot. Now, when we are talking about buying more tickets, right? Then you can also think about syndicates.
What's that?
Well, a syndicate is if you have some friends or family members,
okay,
and you all put your money together That means basically, coming back to the first idea, you buy more tickets, but it doesn't affect you personally as much, because I mean you collect the money from all the people.
Yeah.
And one of the ideas is like, I mean, and we saw that, and I know a few people that are doing this with friends. Why people are not really doing this much more? I mean, just get your friends together and then
Yes.
buy 10 tickets, and if you win, of course you have to split the winnings, but still, it's so much money if you hit the jackpot.
Yeah,
that
even if you
everybody is a
divide that-
millionaire, right?
Yeah, everyone's a millionaire.
Yeah. So syndicates are an amazing part of the game, because it's not just, I mean, you increase your odds of winning, but also you have some kind of, like some group dynamics, some family, feeling.
Or a community.
And community, yeah. So yeah, do it in your street, in your house, in your whatever, in your school, in your university, at work, for example. Get these people together and say like, hey, let's buy 10 tickets each week, and we are having like this amazing, winning. If so, we are all becoming the lottery and millionaires.
Someone can also start it for their good causes, like maybe to collect funds for treating stray animals.
Yeah,
and
sure.
start a community and say, hey, you can participate
Yeah.
weekly. Wow.
And then, of course, you can also you can increase the jackpot. I mean, you cannot increase maybe the odds of winning, but if you're a winner, then you can at least increase the money you're receiving out of the jackpots.
Okay.
What I want to say is, like, if you are playing very, let's say, numbers, that are very common, like birth dates, for example, or some special days like the National Day, or I don't know, common numbers, I mean, you have in mind, then these numbers, or for example, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or something like that.
It's like
right?
random numbers, or maybe like a pattern.
Yeah, patterns are, and patterns are always bad, because you have a lot of people playing it. And that means if you hit the jackpot,
Okay.
and you're winning like 50 million or 100 million, or maximum you can win with a millionaire is like 200 million, then you have to split it with a lot of people. So you are lucky to win the jackpot, but then you have to split it with whatever, let's say 50 people. Yeah. That's not fun, right?
And what would you suggest? Go for random or patterns as well?
Always random.
Always
please.
random.
Always
That's something
random.
I didn't know. Always
yeah, please, whoever is listening to that, no matter what lottery you're playing, but play random numbers and play it out of birthdays. So I mean, you can use it. I mean, like if then you can choose like a few numbers, but then always choose numbers above 31. That's what I'm always saying, because I mean, you have like the 12 months, right? You have like 31 days, and then
12 months, yeah.
But yeah, please, this is like gives you a lot better chance to win numbers that are out of a pattern or
and
numbers.
Are they something as cold numbers or hot numbers?
Yeah, this is another really interesting idea, and a lot of people believe in it, actually. And I think that Millionaire is publishing this once in a while in social media, or you just ask maybe the hotline. But that means the hot numbers are the numbers that turn up most.
Okay.
There are certain numbers that are coming and coming. I mean, not every day or not every draw, but they are coming more often than other numbers. And the cold numbers, obviously, are the numbers that are not coming so often. So it's some kind of belief, that's...
Which one do I choose?
Yeah, Maradona. I mean, I wouldn't... I don't even know what to do. I mean, I would say like, okay, I'm choosing this number because it's coming more often.
Yeah, but it's good to know that.
Do I choose a number that is not coming often so far because it has to come more often in the future?
So let us know in the comment section if you know what are the top 3 or top 5 hot numbers.
Yeah, this obviously you can, if you follow like our draws, you can count it. Wow. But we have statistics. And I was thinking of like maybe even having this statistics on the website, so people can look it up. So
I mean, it'll be like more easier for people to.
yeah, so
wow.
they can make up their mind, like like for having like all the draws. I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
We should talk about
Or if it gets updated every 5 games, these are the hot numbers.
Right,
Or these are the
right.
numbers. Oh, wow. Yeah.
so but like I mean, yeah, maybe like people let us know if it's a good idea to have the statistics on the website and if they would use it actually.
Yeah.
And so and I think we talked about this before, is like there are another idea of like always playing the same numbers or playing different numbers.
Okay.
It from a point, I mean, the chances, like of winning is, as we figured it out at the beginning, are very low anyways. But I mean, on the other hand, playing the same numbers from my side as a like statistics, makes more sense.
Yeah.
And it's very simple, like when you have a dice, for example. So if you throw a dice and there's a certain outcome, right? I mean, let's say you want to predict the number, the chances of having the right number is always 1 to 6.
Yeah.
Like, obviously. So you dice, and every time you select the number, it's always 1 to 6. True. Now, if you stay with a number, let's say the number 6, right?
Yeah.
And the number 4 is coming, and then you throw it again, and the number 2 is coming. Eventually, the number 6 is coming.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to stay with the same number, I would say.
True.
It's
also it feels very personal. After a point, you're like, these are my numbers. I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah.
And I'll wait till it matches.
And but again, like I mean, some people have fun changing the numbers. I think we had a podcast a while ago where we were talking about using technologies like AI to predict numbers, which is so much fun. Where you can say like, okay, you asked the artificial intelligence programs, or everybody's talking about ChatGPT. So you ask them, what are my random numbers, my 7 random numbers for O Millionaire when I love, I don't know, roses, red roses. And then it's selecting numbers for you. I mean, this is also fun, right? There are certain things, where I believe you can increase your chances, which is like buying more tickets, especially when you are creating your syndicate with your friends. That's one thing. And then like choose numbers that are out of any patterns.
Okay.
These are the main reasons, I would say. And and then obviously this, that we have a nice feature at Millionaire 2, right?
Yes, you can secure and double your grand prize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this means we wanted to create a feature that gives the people the opportunity, without buying or paying much more money, just a little bit of more to, for one, double the jackpot. That means if you're winning, you always get this the twice as much money. So if the jackpot is, for example, at 60 million, you are winning 120 million. Even so, I mean, and everybody else would get like only, if nobody is having the feature or nobody is using the feature, is obviously getting, just the 60 million. And now secure means that you get the whole jackpot. Yeah. This is also nice. So, I mean, even so there are a lot of winners, you will always get, in our example, like the 60 million. Now, if you use both, no matter how many numbers you have, you get the 60 million, you double it, you get the 120 million. And even so, there are, let's say, another 10 or 20 or 30 winners for the jackpot.
Yeah. And why would you not do that?
Right.
If you're buying the lottery, be positive and secure it. I mean, you never know how the universe works with you. And why would you not always double and secure the grand prize?
And now we are coming back to the syndicate, right? Yeah. If you have like a few friends, then or like colleagues at work, you can afford it. It's a really good idea. Again, the question itself, how can I increase my chances of winning, is one of the most important questions I would say people are asking themselves when they buy a lottery ticket. If you go to YouTube, for example, this is something I discovered, is there are a lot of people, when it comes to O Millionaire, that are trying to do some calculations or predicting it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see what they are offering and how they do it. I really appreciate this because it's...
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos where they're doing their own
right.
math and predicting numbers, and yeah, it's really nice.
I don't know if they have like more chances or not. So maybe we should ask these people. But I believe it's amazing that people are really trying to work on this.
Great.
Yeah. So
yeah, there you have it. Interesting tips on how to win the lottery. Thank you so much for answering these questions and interesting insights.
You're welcome.
The one thing that also stood out for me in this episode is the whole concept of random numbers versus patterns. So yeah, join us again for another episode of the O Millionaire podcast. And if you have any questions, feel free to write to us. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you
can't win if you don't play.